Hi everybody, my name is Whitney and today I wanted to run you through my 4:30 a.m. wake up routine from the time I started at night, the night before, until the time I wake up and go to work the next morning. So let's get into this. Shifts kind of play out and how my hours at work are. I typically, Sunday and Saturday, will work either a morning shift or an afternoon shift. And then during the week, my schedule is usually an afternoon shift and then 2 split shifts. But the split shifts are 5:30 to 8 and then 2 to 8 on the same day. Sometimes they're the same days back to back. Sometimes it's a Monday and a Friday. Sometimes it's a Tuesday and a Friday. It just depends on how we're scheduled out during the week. So I'm up at 4:30 in the morning and I'm usually out of the house by 4:50 to head to work. My job is only 6 minutes away, so it's not like a crazy thing, but I do like to show up early just in case they need extra help. And then with the afternoon shifts, the 2 to 8s, I take Brian to work because he works just down from where I work, and then I go to work my shift, and then pick him up later in the day. So with that, sometimes it works out so I have a day off. Let's say today is my day off and tomorrow morning I work the 5:30. So I'm gonna run you through my routine tonight, but sometimes it doesn't work out. So like, he's not gonna be with me for most of the night tonight, but I'm gonna run through my routine, get ready for bed, go pick him up, bring him home, he'll eat dinner, I'll go to bed, and then he'll come to bed later. So sometimes it just kind of works out kind of wonky, but it's not that bad, but I did want to run everyone through it. Job-wise, I am a DSP, which is a direct support professional, or a caregiver, or a residential assistant. There's so many different names for what I actually do. So I provide care with other staff members for adults with mental and physical disabilities. While it is a very, very, very exhausting job, it is incredibly rewarding at the same time. So we aid in the care in a group home with showers and feedings and medicine and things like that, just making sure everybody has what they need. So kind of like a nursing home setting, but more direct. So more one-on-one time with clients, more time to sit and get to know them, get to know their families, and really get that quality of care that sometimes isn't passed on through various modes of care, be it family members, nursing homes, places like where I work, hospice, things like that. We're there when they need us 24/7. all day long. There's always somebody there. They live in the place where I work. So I work in their home, which can be very exciting but also very stressful at times because of various reasons. So that's my little job chat. So let's do this. Let's get into it. So in order to keep this just as easy as possible, I usually do a little bit of cleanup before I do really anything else, before I start getting ready for the end of the night. And then I already pulled out what's for dinner tonight, so I'll show you guys that while I cook it. And then I'm just gonna settle down here in a little bit and like either read some books or watch a couple episodes of a show, and then later I'll go and pick up Brian, and then I come back home and he eats and I go to bed. So that's just kind of how my normal night routine goes. There's little things in there that I just do to unwind, and I'll show you all of that, but that's just a general overview of how my night runs. So I'm just gonna start with folding up my Ray Dunn blanket. Archie was on it, but he moved over to Leo when I picked it up. I'm folding it up and putting it on the blue chair so I can place all the pillows back where they go. because they end up all over the house when the girls come over. You'll see me pick up some toys here in a couple seconds and put them in the bin under the TV cabinet. So for this section of the living room, I'm going to put my wallet back in my purse, put my keys up, put my mask back in my purse. It has candy corn on it. It's from an Etsy shop. The link for that is on my Instagram for this channel, which is Whitney_YT. And then I put my shoes up and get my purple Crocs out for work in the morning. It's a lot easier to give showers in those. So that's what I end up wearing. And that's pretty much it for this section. So in the kitchen, before I start making my dinner, what I end up doing is putting up some camera stuff that I had out from filming, and then putting the dishes up, getting the dishes ready to do before I do dinner or while I'm cooking, and then opening the blinds back up in the kitchen as the sun is setting to kind of keep the natural light going. I fill Brian's water, I get the fish tank stuff put back, put the girls' cups up. So that's mostly what I do. I put some laundry in the hamper, which was in the bathroom at this point, and just clean up and reorganize a little bit in here before I start doing anything else. This next part may seem a little weird, but while I was putting the pots and pans up, I realized I was going to use the little one to cook my dinner, so I ended up leaving it out on the stove. So usually about this time, if it were normal, because it's 6 o'clock right now, I don't usually get home until about 8:10, 8:15, but normally about this time, so like as soon as I got home, I would change into pajamas, which I'm already in, and then pull my work clothes for the next morning out and put them in the bathroom so that I don't wake up Brian with a bunch of lights in the morning. So for me, that's just a t-shirt, a pair of leggings, some thick socks just because I get really cold, and then my Crocs. And that's pretty much it for my work outfit. So I'm gonna go switch those now. So there's nothing super glamorous about this next clip. It's mostly just me catching up the dishes before I start cooking. I don't like to have to do a lot of dishes, so my solution for that is to do them in small sections so it doesn't seem like such a huge thing to have to do them. I did end up running out of our Mrs. Meyer's lavender dish soap, so I did replace it with an apple cider. We go through dish soap very quickly in this house because we don't have a dishwasher and I cook frequently. So I'm mostly just doing the dishes here and then putting them in the dish rack to dry. I clean the sink because that's an important step to washing the dishes, and then we move on to our next step of the evening. For this next part, I'm just gonna get the air fryer down and go ahead and start cooking my dinner. I'm making center cut pork chops, one for me and one for Brian, green beans, and you'll see the green beans in the clip that like immediately follows this. But to cook the pork chops, I'm just going to use McCormick's garlic, herb, black pepper, and sea salt seasoning, and then some chipotle chili powder. I like having a little kick with my food, and recently I've been on a really good spicy food kick, so I've been adding that to just about everything. But you'll see that I do use a spoon to kind of rub in the spices just so they're like really in there. I don't like to get my hands dirty with meat while I'm cooking. So again, for this section, I'm just seasoning the pork chops and starting on the green beans. They're just canned green beans. We didn't have any fresh, and the ones at the store looked kind of bad, so I didn't want to pick any of those up. I do add the tiniest amount of chicken broth here into the pan with the green bean so that they cook soft. I like my green beans super soft and kind of like falling apart almost. So I added that, and you can't taste it, it cooks out, but it just kind of helps with the flavor and keeping them soft, and I like it that way. So does Brian. So here I am just making myself a water really quick in my Tervis. This is the 24-ounce kind, and I'm supposed to drink 4 or 5 of these a day if possible. But you'll see me add ice to it and then kind of look off into the living room. I'm checking to see if Leo is paying attention to me having the ice tray out, because he likes us to add ice into the water bowl, and he usually comes running when I do it. So you'll see me walk over right here to add it to the water dish and then put the ice tray back just to keep them happy. It's also kind of fun because they'll sit and they'll paw at it in the water and play with it. So it's a good little enrichment activity for your cats if you have them. So a fun little thing about this next part, this is the last time that you'll see these containers. We actually bought Pyrex containers with sections, and we are getting rid of all of the plastic that we use to either store warm food in the house or heat warm food up, because plastic is actually, it's very bad for you, which everybody knows, but it's one of the things that we absolutely hate having in the house. So we're trying to get away from all plastic unless it's silicone for cooking. So I'm super excited about that. So right here you can see me pulling a bowl out of the fridge and the Parmesan cheese. What is in this bowl is actually rotini noodles that were cooked, drained, and then added to this bowl with a little bit of salt, pepper, and Italian dressing, and cooled off. We add the Parmesan cheese to the top. I'm actually sectioning it out to take part of it out for Brian's dinner when he gets home, and then part of it you'll see me put on my plate here in just a few minutes. But it's a super simple little pasta salad and it tastes absolutely delicious. So I'm just gonna separate all that out for him, and that is part of what will be for dinner tonight. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and take the temperature of the pork chops just to be sure, and then they actually turned out perfect. So I am going to take mine out and put it on the plate, and then I leave his in there just to settle before I put it in the container that he needs. But they are brown and crispy and delicious, and I love the air fryer. If you haven't tried food from an air fryer, or you're like scared to try it, just do it. Try it. You'll love it. We love it. I think I use it more often to cook meat now than anything, including the stove, just because our stove really does heat up our house in the summer. But I am gonna go ahead and make Brian's as I make mine. So I'm gonna take his pork chop out, go ahead and put it in his container and let it sit while it cools off, and just add my pasta salad to my plate, and that'll be it for my plate. I did come back in here and do more dishes just to finish up the stuff that I had used for my dinner, and some of the stuff to make my dinner I cleaned everything except the air fryer basket because I forgot in entirety. I completely forgot, and then I do end up fighting with the apple cider soap because they put a topper on them now, like a plastic topper, and I don't have fingernails, so I couldn't get it off the thing. I ended up having to take a knife and cut it open to be able to like use the dish soap. But I am watching something on my tablet while I film and while I do the dishes, just to keep me engaged in it. So I'm watching Good Witch on Netflix right now. If you guys have ever seen it, like, don't spoil it, but you know it's good. So that's what I've been doing to get like the fall vibes and everything show-wise this year. This is me unfolding the blanket I just folded so I can use it while I'm on the couch to stay warm while I watch my show. So I am making my tea now after watching a couple episodes of a show, and I drink the honey vanilla chamomile celestial seasonings tea with a little bit of honey and just a little bit of sugar, nothing crazy. And then I am going to show you guys 3 different things on the screen, and that's the French lavender and honey lotion from Bath & Body Works, the Sweet Dreams essential oils rollerball from Grow Collaborative, and the Comfort pillow mist, the vanilla and patchouli scent from Bath & Body Works as well. I sprayed that on my bed before I go to sleep, and those 3 things combined are usually enough to get me so tired and so ready for bed that I just fall right to sleep. So the next clips to follow are the next morning. So I wake up at 4:30, and then you guys will see what happens from there. Here's where things get interesting. So my alarm goes off at 4:30, and I'm just about immediately out of bed because I know if I stay comfy, I'm not gonna get up. And then I go to the bathroom, brush my teeth, brush my hair, put my hair up, put all my watches and jewelry on, change clothes, and then come into the kitchen, grab a water out of the fridge. Brian usually makes them for me when he gets home. Come into the living room, put my Crocs on, grab my bag, tell the cats I love them, and then I'm gone. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it gave you some good ideas as to how to master your morning routine when you have to get up early. Bye!